Hi all, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about RailGods of Hysterra, a co-op survival ARPG where you're bound to a living train that eats meat, gains power, and takes you across a cosmic horror world. Yeah, sounds a lot like my high school experience. Anyway, the game feels like the developer tried to mix Valheim with Diablo 3 with a tone closer to Don't Starve Together, all set in small zones connected by train tracks. You explore a haunted wasteland, fight mutated cultists and creatures, and stop at handcrafted outposts to scavenge before your sanity breaks. Combat is top-down in real time. You dodge, swing weapons, or cast spells. Combat isn't super tight, but it does the job. The longer you're out exploring, the more madness builds up. It's not just a drawback. That madness becomes a resource. Feed it to the train's pulsing heart, and you unlock new abilities and buffs. That loop defines the game. Prep, gather, fight, return to upgrade, and push deeper next time. Your train is your base. You expand it one carriage at a time, placing crafting stations, storage, and cooking setups. Some cars handle survival needs, others connect directly to the RailGod. Progress happens through crafting. You unlock new gear and stations by upgrading your setup. The world is split into nodes connected by rails, not an open map. Each stop offers either combat, events, or resources. There's no town. The train is everything: your shelter, your workbench, your risk, and your momentum. As you explore, madness builds up. Your screen distorts, inventory icons glitch, and eventually the UI becomes unreliable. It's not just visual, it affects how you play. But here, madness isn't something to avoid, it's a resource. The more you risk by staying out, the more power you can unlock when you return to the train. Feed your insanity to the RailGod, and you gain buffs, new abilities, and unlock deeper upgrades. Push too far though, and the chaos makes it harder to survive. That risk-reward tension is what drives the loop. You can play solo, but the game shines in co-op with up to 5 players. Together, you gather resources, craft tools, and fight through tougher zones. Roles aren't locked, but coordination matters. Progress is tied to the host, so decide early who's leading the run. Combat can get hectic, but stays manageable, though friendly fire means you still need to aim carefully. The game's in early access, and reviews are mixed. The concept works, but execution's still rough. UI bugs, unreliable hitboxes, and the occasional crash break immersion. Early game throws too much at once. Crafting, sanity, combat, and train systems all hit you in the first hour. Crafting takes more clicks than usual, and you can't craft from storage, only from your personal inventory. That slows things down, especially with limited space. The core loop is promising, but content runs thin once you've seen all biomes. Lastly, the loading times are also just a bit too long. That said, the devs are active and patching regularly. With better UX and more variety, it could land in a solid spot. That was it. If you like the structure of Valheim, the real-time combat of Diablo 3, and the tension of Don't Starve Together, but want something more guided and weird, RailGods of Hysterra is worth keeping an eye on. Wishlist it. Wait for a few updates. Regardless, I'll report back once a few solid patches have landed. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, consider liking and subscribing. I keep these short so you can skip the fluff and know what you're getting into.